Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Overlord Season 4 episode number 3 reaction. Okay, the previous episode we got to see like a new kind of a story, not story but like a new chapter is starting, I feel like, where Ainz has made a decision of uh by the end of it controlling the whole world, and making his king, the stepping stone is the kingdom. His sorcerer kingdom that he's making, that's the stepping stone to it, and he's going to make that place so good, and is going to obviously kind of expand little by little. And to do that, yeah, like he needs a plan, and I'm guessing the plan has actually started with Runner being one of the biggest allies that he has currently, and her also paving the path for Ainz's world domination. And another thing has started where where Albedo is kind of like the main person there, where she's, I'm guessing this is like an operation which is actually entrusted to her, where she is supposed to go out and make appearances and try to gather more, what do you call that, resources, which is one thing that they lacked resources here, and smuggle them in. That's why she's going to in behalf of Ainz. And there's like a ball was made by Philip, which is another character who I'm guessing is going to be another big one of the more important supporting characters. Albedo is he's obviously smitten with her, and he plans to court her, while obviously Albedo has bigger plans on behalf of Ainz, Ainz's instructions. So two things are happening which I was able to understand from the comments. I didn't know, I wasn't able to understand that properly in the previous episode. I thought that the whole thing with Philip that is happening is actually related to like Albedo, talking about smuggling stuff in the Sorcerer Kingdom. I thought those two were related, but apparently no. Those two are different. The whole thing with Philip that's happening is like a side plan where she is going to use Philip to invade, you know, while Ansys forces are going to invade, while the whole thing with the smuggling in stuff is a different thing. And like the eight fingers are involved with that. The eight fingers, the people, like, I thought they were dead, but apparently they're not. And that lady, I forgot her name, that lady was also alive. We saw, she was the one who gave Philip the opportunity to from that big mansion, all that. So yeah, these, there's like a little confusion I had in the previous episode. Like, thanks to the comments, I understand what's happening now. So yeah, let us begin. Let's see what happens today. This is episode number 3. So yeah, I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's get started. All right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. There you go. Oh, is this what happened before? Okay. Yep. Oh, it's a different maid. Okay. Ginung Gagap. Oh, okay. Albert will be like, oh, you're concerned about me. Damn, Ice is ready. Oh boy. Well, what? Ah, okay. What is that? Ah! Ah! Well, that's um. Okay. She is. I also thought that. I also thought, but there you go. Oh my god. Well, ah. Wow, she is over the moon. Okay. Wow. Just crazy. Oh god. Deep within. Stop. Hmm. Raymond. Hmm. Hmm. There you go. Paladin. Oh, thousand leagues. Okay. 500 undead estimated. Yep. Yeah. Exactly. Okay. They're freaking out at the sight of Death Knights. So wonder what's going to happen if the Black Squid. Damn. So it's that power level is so Godkin. What? Who are those? Who Godkin? Oh, that girl. Oh, we saw her in the season 2, I think, in the beginning. Who is this thousand witness power there? Wait, who's this? Thousand or so. Well, yeah. Descent of a god. Wait, heroes to fight again. Leave the empire to take over the kingdom. Yeah. Honyo. What? Honopyonoko. I cannot with that name. Wait, who's Hono? Do we know that person? Like, obviously, Yaldabaoth is Demiurge. Well, good luck with that. Oh, need to roast me. Okay. Wow, so many things that. Alright, Gilgamesh is here. No. Yeah, good luck with that. Oh my god, yo! Your hair! Damn. Well, yeah, can't blame them. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Chance. Yeah. Like, you saw what happened. Like, still you're thinking that you can do something? Hmm. Exactly. This guy knows what he's saying. I just. Oh, so funny to see. Like, them actually thinking that, oh, since Momon was able to do it. He seems like a nice person. Oh, okay. Like, yeah. Oh, yeah, that guy. Oh, boy. Your hair. He's gonna get bald or something, I feel like, by the end of this, series. Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Oh boy. Hmm. So what does he? That's, oh my god. So you go, okay. Like, I okay. I guess what he's thinking is that, yeah, like maybe Slain Theocracy can do something because they might have something that we never would have thought. I doubt that. Oh wait. Oh, this is those guys. The one who's brains master. That guy. Fravels. Soder. Okay, say there. Hmm. Okay. Huapan. No, wait. Oh, it's a different. No, sorry. I was mistaken. I thought it was like Brain's master. That guy looked awfully lot like him. The one with the. Oh, they're different people. Never mind. Hmm. Hmm. Head priest of fire, wind temple. Okay. Oh my god. What? Uh, yeah. Nice. Joking, Your Highness. Just a joke. Ah. Hmm. Warrior King. Who? Hmm. Are they here? Okay. Okay. What the? Oh, okay. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Hello, people. Warrior King. Who is this warrior? Okay. Oh no, I feel like it'll be someone from Momon's team. Well, they're in last. Yeah. They don't have any. Hmm. I'm pretty sure it's someone from Momon's team. The one that who's going to fight this warrior king or whatever. Oh, I did not think he himself. Oh yeah, the opening itself shows that Ainz is fighting in. Yo. Well, he's already here. Yeah, this is bad. This is bad. Oh, maybe it's part of the plan. Oh, yo, he is stuck in both. The full name. Yo. Yeah, you've been sneaking around and behind my back, Your Majesty. Oh my god. I don't think he cares about the alliance. Exactly. Well, you know what to do. You know what to do, Your Majesty. Yeah. um. Yeah. Oh god, this is a mess. Yeah. Hmm. We'll see. Hmm. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. Okay, that's a good thing that he said, That's intelligent. I'm guessing they'll actually stay and actually see the fight after this, and they'll realize what's going on if Ainz actually shows his power here. Hmm. Okay, that's the Warrior King. Wow, okay, that was crazy. Oh, that was funny as well. My god, the whole thing. Okay. Is there something left? Or is this? No, that's it. All right. Whew. Boy, that was something. The ending was so funny. He's like cheering for the Warrior King. He's like, good luck, Warrior King. Like he's the only hope now. I'm guessing the next episode we'll see him getting slapped out of the Colosseum completely, and that'll be it. Oh God. All right. We begin this episode with kind of retracing our steps a little bit back. We get to see what happened when Albedo left on the like the journey on towards the ball, the one that Philip, not the ball but actually meeting the prince. What was his name? Zanak, wasn't it? Yeah. Meeting the prince, like, I'm guessing this is where our journey started. Now one thing I'm kind of I think that's what basically happened. Like, in the previous episode we saw what happened after that. Like, he went to the went to meet with Zanak. Albedo came down, and later on in the party or the ball, Philip saw her, and then Philip made like another ball, invited her, and that's where Albedo came up with a plan of smuggling stuff in, and using Philip for like the invasion. All these things happened. While those things were happening, I'm guessing this thing is happening parallelly, isn't it? Like, this whole situation of Ainz actually coming to the Colosseum to fight. So I'm guessing these two are happening parallelly. I'm guessing that's what's happening. I think so. Anyways, I'm not completely sure, but either way, we get to see what happened before, like, Albedo left. And I love how Ainz is just so concerned. He's like, oh, like, be sure to, like, be ready with with the precautions, like, who knows, someone might try to brainwash you. That's why that thing, that thing that's rotating, that thing, what was it called? um okay. Here you go. As long as you have that, you shouldn't be affected by the brainwashing of another world item. Oh, they don't tell us the name, or do they? Or did I just miss it? There you go. Ginungagap. Okay. All right. Ginungamap. Ginungagap. Okay. That's the name of the thing, and that's going to help ward off any, like, a brainwashing thing. And not only that, Ainz is also concerned about any type of disease, here being here, because, like, I'm guessing this is one thing that you need to think about, which I never really thought about that seriously. It's like, in a game, obviously there's no disease, you won't fall ill or stuff like that, so we don't think about those type of things. But now that they're in the real world, Ainz actually needs to think about whether there's like any disease in the, like, in the atmosphere or something, whether we're going to get sick if we come in contact with something or some stuff, sort of stuff like that. I'm guessing he also needs to think of it, because in video games, in front of a monitor, screen, the only sickness that you can get if it is like written in the story plot line, or if it's any debuff that you get while fighting in a, like, maybe poison, maybe something like that. Those can be called, I guess, sickness in that context. But in real world, you can actually, like, actually catch some weird disease, and that's that has a possibility of happening here, because they are now in the real world. This is not a computer game, he's actually in it. So he's actually concerned about that as well. He says, like, okay, like, like, we don't know about that, and this and that. Is just giving out all these, like, things, telling all of these things to um Albedo. And Albedo's like, oh, I know, like, a very good thing of which is going to help me ward off all the disease. And she gives she's like, oh, like a kiss. And I love the explanation that she gives here. The kiss reduces stress and revitalizes the parasympathetic nervous system, which in turn increases the activity of the immune system. How did she know all of that? I don't understand. Like, how? Like, I'm pretty sure these are actual facts. What she said. That's actual medical facts. The parasympathetic nervous system and all that. That's actually, like, that's actually true. But I'm actually surprised how she knows that. But this is Alberto we're talking about. I'm pretty sure she's knowledgeable about all of these. Now, one thing I was also surprised, and so was Albedo, when she's like actually goes in for it. You know, Ainz actually does kind of, it kind of gives a little smooch in the cheek, and I was like, oh damn, I was not expecting that. I was thinking Ainz would be, and just like always, Ainz will be like, oh, like, enough of those, like, jokes, Albedo, like, we are in a serious time now, something like that. And Albedo would be something like, oh, okay, Ainz-sama, you're correct, and completely revert back. So I also was not expecting that, and Albedo is equally surprised. Albedo's like, wait, what? And then she starts crying and gives her a hug, and then he's like, all right, best of luck, and do your, like, do the job properly. And the maid was there, and Ainz was like, be sure not to tell anyone about this. Because I'm pretty sure everyone would be so jealous, especially Shaltier. Oh god. And another thing, like, like, I'm pretty sure, like, like, this would probably show, like, being like, Ainz being, what do you call that, like, favoritism towards one of his subjects, which would also probably a lot of the other, like, like, his other subordinates would not be happy about. So yeah, I don't know. Anyways, that's, and obviously he's also embarrassed. That's also another reason. So all these reasons included, he's like, don't tell anyone about this. Oh god. Now we go to the um just a sec. What's the name? Like, these sections are deep within the same theocracy. There you go. These sections, I have to say, like, there's quite a few things that I am still unable to properly understand. Especially these type of political sections, but I can get like a vague understanding of what's happening. So in Slain Theocracy, all of these, like, all these, like, these cardinals, they're just there, and they're talking about the whole situation, and they're talking about how to deal with this situation. And they bring up the, like, the multiple, like, theories, this and that, and how they could, like, handle Ainz. And but, like, long story short, they also understand how dangerous it is, but they have like a, like, they still have like a hope of doing something to, like, stop the Sorcerer King. And they think that it could be done. That's what they think. Now, obviously, the biggest reason why they have hope is because they have actually heard about it. They've not seen the actual thing. I'm guessing that's why in the end, I think his name is Nyx, isn't it? The emperor, the one who looks like Gilgamesh. I think his name is Nyx. Yeah, he tells them that be sure to watch the match between Ainz Olgon and the Warrior King. You will understand what I'm trying to say here. which I think is very like such an it was a quite an intelligent decision, because they themselves need to actually see what the hell is up with this person. They've only heard of it. They have not seen it with their own eyes, and if they see it, I'm pretty sure they themselves will realize. Now I also do wonder, like, Ice is intelligent, so I wonder if Ice will actually hold back his power against the warrior king, so that no one else, like what he's trying to do is actually make Nyx fall into like a tricky, like a sticky situation with like slaying theocracy and all that, and them actually not believing him and trusting him. So if Ans actually goes on all out against the warrior king, obviously the slain theocracy, all of them will see what's happening, and they'll be like, oh my god, the emperor was right, he is a monster. And it'll probably bring back a little bit trust. So I wonder if Ice will actually hold back against the warrior king and actually defeat him like in a normal fight, not go completely out, just so that he could mess with the situation. And and the same theocracy, all those characters, they will be like, he could be handled, because obviously he's not showing his full power, so they will not see him as much of as a threat. And the whole thing with the relationship with Nyx will also kind of worsen. They'll be like, oh, the king was exaggerating, what the hell is this? He's strong obviously, but it's not that he cannot be defeated. That'll be their mentality, and they'll go on their way, and Nyx will be in a bad situation. Nyx will be like, well, you screwed me, Ainz, completely. So I wonder if that's what's going to happen in the next episode. That'll be kind of funny if that happens, if he actually doesn't go all out, holds back his power and fights normally. I don't know. Anyways, just that'll be in the next episode. But for now, we get to see them the people from the Saint Theocracy, them talking about it. Now, one thing comes up in this okay, there's a lot of things I actually have forgotten. First of all, what was it called? Okay, you know what, let me check. Overlord, like the name of the scriptures that they were talking about, like the dark scripture or something, he said. Okay, here you go. The black scripture, wait a minute, black scripture, the sunlight scripture, there you go. It's been quite a while, so I've actually forgotten what these actually are. One of the 6 scriptures of the slain theocracy, led by Negrun Gredeluin, specialized in exterminating of demi-human villages. Oh, those things, the one big huge thing, that we saw in season 1, wasn't it? Oh, I think those are the scriptures. Oh, okay. Okay, so that was the sunlight scripture. Okay, what about the other one that they were talking about, the black scripture? What is that? Okay, I feel like I'm going into spoiler territory here, so I'll stop. So okay, I understand what it is here. So yeah, I'm not going to look at the black scripture because I feel like that's spoiler territory, and the others. So the sunlight scripture, I remember now. Okay, so those are the scriptures. So I'm guessing they have multiple of these things, and they talk about how the sunlight scripture has already been destroyed by Momon. We saw that in season, I think 1 it was, yeah. And they talk about how the other one, the black scripture, was actually what did they say? Here we go. As the former third seat of the black scripture, I say it's sheer madness to think a human can go over. Okay, a few hundred death knights. All right, so anyways, I can understand what's happening. Basically, these scriptures, like the black scripture is still with them, the white the sunlight scripture is gone. So they're kind of talking about how this Momon, not Momon, sorry, Ainz is such a difficult person to fight against. Now they talk about the possibility of him actually using illusions and stuff, and whether if he really is that strong and all. But yeah, then they're also talking about the astrologer, the 1000, just a second. The 1000 Leagues astrologer. Now, one thing, who is this person? I think we got like a brief vision of that lady kind of just scared, like in that little section. I don't remember her. Did they show her or something? Like I said, it's been so long I've seen Overlord. This, these small details, intricate details, I probably forgot. Even if they showed this person before, I probably forgot about her. But either way, this person has, this thousand league astrologer is someone whose, words they pretty much, obey and trust in. So that's why they're kind of, saying like, oh, like this person said that, so it must be that, concerning. And they talk about how there's, so many death knights with them. And the funny thing here is they are actually freaking out about going and fighting death knights. And I'm just thinking like, my god, they're freaking out at only death knights. We have so many bigger monsters than, death knights. Like death knights is just, normal for Irons. Irons can pop a few death knights out, very easily. So what's going to happen when they actually, come across the, the overseers, uh Sebastian, Cocytus, all these big people that we have, the strongest people here. How are they going to go against them? Now, one thing they also bring up, where they talk about how it's like madness to think about going against, 2 or 3 death knights, but there is an exception, however, Godkin, and we get 2 people, on the screen. The first person, we saw her in the beginning of the 2nd season, I think, that lady. So she's a Godkin. Okay, and there's another person. I think that person is new. I've not seen him. I think that's a male, probably. I've not seen him before. So these 2 are the Godkins, and they talk about how maybe for Godkin it will be easy, they can, handle like an army of death knights as well. That's all well and good, but like I said, death knights, yeah, they are definitely strong, but when they'll come in front of a Demiurge, Cocytus, Sebastian, Aura, Mare, Albedo, Shaltier, I wonder, yeah, I don't think they would be able to fight that easily. But we also do need to think about the brainwashing thing, like Shaltier did get brainwashed. So yeah, that's also one thing that we need to take preventive measures against. So yeah, that's one concerning thing. But in sheer strength, I don't think anyone can actually contend against all these things. Like obviously, even if you, actually, like if you put them aside, Ice himself can just, wipe them all out quite easily. So yeah, I doubt these, that girl seemed quite strong, in second season when we saw her, the Godkin girl. But I don't know. Yeah, I feel like there's still a huge amount of disparity in their strength. In Ainz's team strength, while her and the other Godkin's strength, I don't know. Just guessing. Now here we get to see that 1,000-year astrologer, who is those people, they're saying like, no, she must have felt despair. She witnessed a power that even a Godkin cannot defeat. Now we see her cowering and with the pillow on her back. This is, so I'm guessing this is a 1,000-year astrologer or something. I don't think we've seen her before, have we? Or have I forgotten? So how did she witness what happened? Was she there when all, when the battle happened? I'm guessing that's why she was able to see, yeah, see through her own eyes or something. I don't know. And then they talk about the spell which can kill over 130,000 people, and they're like, oh, we don't believe that. That's impossible. That's like in the realm of gods, 11th tier magic and all that. And one thing they talk about here is like, just a sec. Here we go. But the national strength of Riestai's kingdom is far behind the others. He's like, those fools. We gave them support and a large and safe region for the development, all in hopes they could cultivate heroes to fight against and invade other non-humans. Who would have thought that their peace and prosperity would cause rooting from within? They even produced drugs and began spreading them through the empire. Oh, they're talking about the Eight Fingers. The level of incompetence is unsalvageable. We must change our plan. Okay, we'll have empire take over the kingdom. Okay, so yeah, all those things. Now, oh, okay, another person. So many things that happened. A lot of information we had here. Okay, they're like, okay, let the empire handle it. Then they start talking back about this whole thing, and they said like the one who destroyed the sunlit scripture sent to the kingdom must have been for Sorcerer King. Here, a few new, not new, but new person's name comes up. One of the cardinals say, could he be the ally of Hunyoponyoko, the vampire that the Black Scripture encountered? Oh my god. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Black, what? You know what? Let me check. I don't think this will be spoiler. Like, I thought it would be, might be spoilers, but what is the Black Scripture? Oh, wait a minute. It's a group. It's a group of adventurers. Not adventurers, but ah. Clementine was part of it. Okay, it makes so much sense now. Like, I was like, okay, so it's actually a group, I'm guessing? Alright, so okay, so all right, I can understand one thing now. So okay, the blacks and the white, the sunlight scripture was that thing, the thing that Ainz destroyed. The Black Scripture is the group, you know, where Clementine was also part of it. Okay, now this cardinal says, could he be an ally of Honyo Ponyoko, the vampire the Black Scripture encountered? Are they talking about Shaltier? Is Shaltier the, like they named her Honyo Ponyoko? What? Who? Am I forgetting? Oh god, like this is so confusing. Am I forgetting something? When did they name her Hunyo Ponyoko? Or is it some other vampire? No, the only vampire we have is Shaltier. And she's saying like the Black Scripture encountered her. That means, yeah, she's talking about Shaltier. Okay, so, okay, it makes so much, a lot better sense now in my head. So they're talking about Shaltier. I think that's Shaltier, most probably, that Honyo Ponyoko. Shaltier, Jaldabaoth, obviously, who is Demiurge, and Momo. Like, you know, they're talking about these three characters in the final section of the discussion, and how they're like, oh, it's Shaltier, no, it's not Shaltier, but Honyo Ponyoko is part of the, like, you know, their group or something, or they're like individuals. Like, you know, it's Jaldabaoth, Honyo Ponyoko, and the Sorcerer King Ainz. Are these three like different in different teams, or are they like working together? That's what they were talking about at this moment. Okay, why did so many powerful inhuman monsters appear in the kingdom at the same time? Okay, and they are kind of suspicious a little bit. They're like, oh, it's not a coincidence, this and that. And then they talk about Momon, and they're like, oh, Momon has been able to defeat the vampire and also Yaldabaoth. So yeah, like, you know, like there is a chance. And then they're also talking about like, no, Ainz and Momon are actually working together, and so there is a chance, worst case scenario, that all four of them are working together, and someone else is like, it's unlikely that something like that is happening. And you know, like, and then they're discussing about how they should make the Sorcerer King and Momon turn against each other, which I'm like, yeah, good luck with that, you know. Now they're like, you know what, let's be a little calmer with this, you know, let's not like let's let this situation go on, let the empire handle it. and yeah, we'll just be a little bit like, we'll do this little by little, and let's not provoke him. That's the decision they come. Now in the Baharut Empire, uh Nix, I think that was his name, isn't it? Let me check. Nix. Yep, there you go. Zirkniv Rune Farlord El Nix. I think Nix is a lot easier to understand. Remember, sorry, easier to remember. I'll call him Nix. So Nix is freaking out about the whole situation, about the whole thing with Ainz, and he's like, like we're seeing how everyone's just resigning, and he's like, yeah, obviously everyone saw the battle in front of their eyes, so and he's being overworked, he's stressed out, his hair is falling down, and he's just, just like I feel bad for him. Now he thinks about joining up with the slain theocracy to have any chance fight against Ainz, and everything should be done in secret. Obviously Ainz should not know about this, because Ainz is his friend now, isn't he? So he should not let him know. And they Nix goes, takes a chariot and goes on his way to meet with the slain theocracy, and he kind of vents a little bit in front of those adventurers, like after this they're like, oh, you can vent in front of us, and he's like, you know what, I'll do that, and he's like starts freaking out, and his hair is like falling down and all, and he's like, what should I do? Like, like even Fluder, that guy, who got so impressed by Ainz that he's simping for him now, that guy. He also betrayed him, so I think that's his name, wasn't it? Fluder, yeah. And he's like, yeah, what should I do? Like, is it my fault? Like, everyone's like, and then he's like, okay, let's calm down. And one of those adventurers does tell him that, you know what, I saw the whole thing, and I think, like, going against Ainz is actually not a good decision. Like, he is omnipotent. You probably can't defeat him in any way, but Nix has like a silver of hope. He's still thinking like he can do something with the slain theocracy's help. So they go to the Colosseum, like, and here we meet these adventurers, these adamantine adventurers. I think they're, what was their name? The silver, no, what, silver threadbird. Okay, for a moment I thought this was actually the guy with the hat, the thing in his head, who didn't show his face. For a moment I thought that was actually Brain's master, the one we saw in the previous episode. I thought, oh, these people are here, but then I'm like, wait, maybe not. I'm not so sure, because there's still part of me that I think like these are the same people, but I cannot. You know what? Should I actually go and check the previous episode if they're the same person or not? Okay, I went and watched the previous episode. No, it's not the same person. That guy had a mustache and a big beard. This is someone different. I thought they were the same. Never mind. Okay, so yeah, this is a different group, obviously. Like, yeah. Okay, so they are like going to act like the bodyguard of what's his name, of Nix, yeah, and guard this place, obviously, and they're the best people, they're adamantine adventurers, and yeah, they'll be their bodyguards. So the moment they're keeping an eye on Nix, and they tell them, Nix tells them, keep an eye out, like there's like a lot of people will come, like like a priests and everyone, and a few people accompanying them, so let them get in. And they go and keep an watch outside, and Nix is kind of seeing the the Colosseum, and word is that the warrior king, I think that was his name, is going to come and fight here. And yeah, while this was happening, in comes the slain theocracy, and they are taking a lot of precautions. They're just writing it down and all, and not talking, and just bringing up having the conversation like that. Now the king also kind of gives a little hi to the crowd, and okay, so first of all, they now, oh god, they are they've not even started the conversation that much, and they just sat down and they were like starting it, and then the whole topic of who is going to fight the warrior king comes up, and everyone's like, we don't know who it is, it's like we ourselves don't know who it is, but they'll probably lose because warrior king has been very strong, and we know we've seen his fights and all. So yeah, and okay, yeah, I went and saw that part properly. Okay, so they talk, they didn't even start the conversation that much. They're just sitting down, and Nyx is like, oh, the warrior king is going to fight today, and one of the slain theocracy person was like, oh, like who's fighting them? And he talks about we don't know who it is, and the same they come up with the idea that why not recruit the warrior king in our group. And Nyx was like, oh, you're actually allowing the demi humans to come in, you being the people from slain theocracy. And they're talking about all of that while the announcement comes, and the announcer is like, the one who will be fighting warrior king today is Ainz all gone. And as soon as he says that, the pen drops completely, and Nyx is screwed on both sides. From obviously the fear of Ainz actually realizing that he's doing stuff behind his back. That's the biggest fear. And obviously there's also another complication, which is the slain theocracy would feel that he has brought them to screw them over or betray them, I just laugh how he's screwed from both sides now, and he's just freaking out. He doesn't know what to do. Ainz comes in just flying in front of them, and he's like, oh, it's our friend, like, how are you, your majesty? He gives his full name over there, and and while this is happening, the people from the slain theocracy, they're like, dude, you try to screw us, you're trying to betray us for saving your own skin. And Nyx is like, no, obviously not, he came here just like that. And then who's going to believe him now, he called these people here to talk about Ainz all gone, and suddenly Ainz all gone himself pops up. Obviously they are going to think it's a betrayal, and he completely did this to screw them over. So, oh god, the people from the Saint Theocracy, they're like, oh, we don't have much thing to talk here. We'll meet you later, Sorcerer King. And for now, we should excuse ourselves and just leave. And Ainz is like, yeah, goodbye, and stay safe. And Nyx is just sweating. Ainz is like, okay, Nyx, hopefully you also stay healthy. I can see you're sweating a little bit, keep your body healthy, who knows what type of disease may be floating around. Keep your body healthy. You're the king of of you're the emperor, you're the majesty. So yeah, and also watch my battle, and he just leaves. And Nyx is freaking out while those last two cardinals, they're like, we're not going to believe you after this. So Nyx does something here, which I have to say is good thinking on his part. He says okay, you know what, you're leave, but please stay somewhere here, near here, and watch the fight, watch Ainz's fight against the warrior king, and you'll understand. And they leave, and I'm guessing they will probably actually stay somewhere hidden, and they'll watch the fight. Like I said, I do wonder what Ainz is going to do here, because this can go either way. Either he's going to show all his power to actually intimidate the slain theocracy, that's one way of doing it. He could just obliterate the warrior king by just flicking him on the forehead, if he does that, just the warrior king comes in with the big club, comes in, and the battle starts, and just walks up to him, starts flying and just flicks him in the forehead, and just blasts off, completely explodes, and everyone will freak out. The slain theocracy, if they're watching that, they'll be like, well, I think we have to change our plans now. Not even the godkin can do anything to him. Like, this is one way of going. Another way I can see this going is he actually keeps like his power a secret and fights the troll normally, like just fights him like a very by not even using much of his power, and makes it seem as if they're having a proper fight, and obviously defeat him by the end, which will make the same theocracy lower their guard, and they'll be like, oh, Emperor Nyx, what the hell is this? He's strong obviously, but he's not that strong. Like the godkin can easily handle him, and they'll have this bad this incorrect information or like an impression on Ainz, and then they'll leave. And Nyx himself knows how strong Ainz is. So yeah, the slain theocracy will not help him because they'll think he lied to him to manipulate them, while obviously Nyx himself is just stuck. He won't be able to do anything. This can also go in that way. So I'm wondering what route he's going to take. I'm probably guessing Ainz is going to go all out, because I don't see Ainz doing something like this, just like acting like it will be a difficult fight to trick the slain theocracy. I don't think he's going to do something like that. Like, why would he need to do that? He's so strong that he doesn't need to resort to trickery, I think. So yeah, he'll probably just end the battle quite easily or something, or maybe not. Who knows? I wonder. Let's see. The next week will give me my answer. But anyways, the slain theocracy, they leave. I love the final section, the best part of this episode. Nyx is like, warrior king, come buddy. And then there's like that shot of him just screaming while the warrior king and Ainz is just there. This part is so hilarious. I feel like Emperor Nyx is like one of those childhood friend, not childhood friend, sorry, like a cheerleader in like a rom-com, anime, slice of life anime, where she's like not a cheerleader, but like a childhood friend, yeah. And she's oh, good luck, the main male character is going to do some kind of a some kind of a thing, maybe like a sports festival, like a sports thing in the school. Something's happening, like sports day, and they're going to their team is going to go, and he is the childhood friend is in the audience, and she's just cheering for the main character to win, and she's like, gambare gambare, that type of a thing, like do your best. Just cheering. While the main character is going to go in the thing that he's going to participate in. This scene reminds me of so much of that, the Emperor Nyx is like that one childhood friend who just wants his senpai to do the best or whatever. This is just so funny. This final section is hilarious. I love it. And it'll be so anticlimactic if the next episode warrior king just gets defeated in like one punch or something. That'll be brutal. Oh god. Anyways, we'll see. So that's it. That was this episode, and this is episode number 3 of Overlord season 4. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know, and I'll check them out. And that's it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next week with the next episode of Overlord. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.